Before we start, we want to acknowledge that the University of Pennsylvania is situated among the ancestral homeland and territory of the Lenni Lenape peoples. As members of an educational community, we are obligated to know the histories of dispossession that have allowed the University of Pennsylvania to grow and to thrive on this vibrant terrain. As designers and thinkers, we endeavor to build in ways that lead toward justice, and we are committed to working to dismantle the ongoing consequences of settler colonialism. Hello, my name is Rosanna Hu, and I have to introduce myself because last week I forgot to introduce myself, and there are people asking among themselves, who's that person up there? I'm Rosanna Hu, I'm the chair of the Department of Architecture. And before I introduce our speaker tonight, I want to say a few words about this lecture. This lecture is sponsored by EwingCole. The EwingCole Endowed Lecture Fund was established in 2022 with the purpose of bringing a distinguished practitioner to the Weitzman School of Design each year to discuss a topic related to emerging ideas within architecture. EwingCole, with its headquarters in Philadelphia, has been a long-standing partner of the school, and we are so grateful for their participation in our career fair, collaborating with us on juries and critics, and providing our students with internship and externship opportunities, among many others. We are also pleased that we have many of the members here tonight with us, and many of them, maybe all of them, alums of the school. So thank you so much. So tonight it's my great pleasure to welcome Boonserm Premthada. He comes to us all the way from warm Bangkok. So I know how cold it is for you. From Bangkok, he founded Bangkok Project Studio in 2003. Boonserm's work challenges one of architecture's deepest assumptions, that buildings are made for humans only. In his hands, architecture is not a static object confronted to human use only, but a dynamic environment where humans, animals, nature, and atmosphere interact in profound and unexpected ways. His projects reveal that architecture does not merely serve as shelter or backdrop for life. It actively participates in life. He designs relationships between beings, materials, and landscapes. One of the most striking aspects of his work is how he expands the very definition of architecture. For example, take the elephant world in Surin. It's not merely a sanctuary, but an architecture that acknowledges the presence and agency of non-human inhabitation. By considering how elephants perceive space, sound, and texture, Boonserm reverses the conventional hierarchy where humans dictate and build the environment. Instead, he asks, what does it mean to build for creatures whose needs, rhythms, and ways of sensing the world are fundamentally different from our own? How does that shift our understanding of space and architecture? As Boonserm himself has said, architecture is the physical creation of an atmosphere serving to heighten our awareness of our natural surroundings. His sensitivity to space comes in part, I think, from his personal journey. Born with significant hearing loss, able to hear only 30% from one ear and not the other, Boonserm has developed an acute awareness of how space is experienced beyond sight and also hearing. He designs through texture, weight, temperature, light, and shadow. His buildings do not simply stand in nature, they breathe with it. In the Kantana Institute, for example, it's made of handcraft bricks that create a wall so monumental that it seems immovable. And yet the perforations allow sound light and air to filter through, blurring the boundary between inside and outside enclosure and openness. His ability to work with humble local materials, whether it's bricks, bamboo, or compressed earth, adds another layer to his work. There is no fetishization of the new, no obsession with pristine surfaces. Instead, he allows materials to tell their own story, to carry their histories, to interact with time. I first heard Boonserm speak in an Art Asia conference in Thailand. I don't think you remember because I don't think we interacted after that meeting, but I remember passing by, actually standing in the back, listening to him speak, and I was so moved by the power of the silence and poetry in his projects. In a world where architects are pressured to build bigger, taller, and shinier, Boonserm's work is a reminder of something more humble and basic. The architecture isn't just a monument to human achievement, but a testament to coexistence. And if we take this lesson seriously, it fundamentally changes the way we approach design. It challenges us to reconsider what and who architecture truly serves. Please join me in welcoming Boonserm.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rosanna, and thank you so much for the University of Pennsylvania and the Weitzman School of Design and having me here. Thank you for the dean, the faculty, and the students. Today is very exciting because it's the University of Pennsylvania is one of the very important university to me. And how? And just is it and before. And I think it's we think about today is we would like to talking about something that is related about my life and my work and how to make the architecture and non-architecture and can combine together. So it's the my basic is I come from it's like it the working class. So it's when I was born that I usually ask myself then who am I? I don't know it's about that is so and it's my feeling is when I was born I have the hearing problem. So it's the one side is I cannot hear anything, and another side is I can hear only 30%. So that's why the sensation is important to me, and I use the sensation to make the architecture. So it's this is my first building, and my first building it came when I was 45 years old. So this is my first building that we spent is a long time to make it the architecture. And this is the film school it opened in 2011. And I asked about what kind of the architecture I could teach the humanity to its user. This is the place for the school, the film school, that is how to teach the student to be a human. It's not about the film, but I think it's if we make the school, we should make it the school for the feeling. And the student, the professor, it can understand it's about the feeling. It's related about how to make the film. And just even I lost the one sense, but the other sense is open to me and to perceive it. It's like to make it the wall. if the wall is not only is the brick wall or not only the wall, but if we make it the wall, we make it like the undulating wall. This is and the sample that is talking about and how to use it the wall for it light and reduce the temperature, because the undulating wall make it the shadow and light. Make the place it light and meditation place. It light it make it light and the pathway, and use the courtyard to connect it between and human and environment. Yes, I design the wind, the dimness, the silence, and the shadow. This is an important thing and how to be a human, because we use the sense of the human. The student can learn if you have it and the feeling. The feeling, when you have the feeling, it's about the temperature, and you can hear the sound, and you can perceive that everything is surround us. This is and the place that make it the emotional. It's the feeling of the place that teach the student to know how to be a human. And we use the brick, and the brick is, and we start from the brick that at that time in Thailand we don't use the brick, because this brick we use it for the repair the monument. So this is like an old-fashioned material, and I use the brick to combine with and the steel structure to inside to make it and a new structure. And the brick is at that time the brick made from and the village people who almost disappear, because no one too interesting. It's the old-fashioned material. So it's and I try to use and the brick to make it like and another way of the architecture. And the place that is and we use the knowledge more than 700 years ago to transfer to the student to understand about and why we use the brick in the film school. And after that we revisited again. This picture is show about and after 12 years ago, and the brick is still the brick. It makes it the atmosphere, and the tree it grow up. And for the project, I have learned that the silence it can tell everything. And then I next to another project, and another project we make with different way. And yes, we use it material also, but we use in different way, because in this building it's very small, and the building is in the wide in and Ayutthaya. It's far from the Bangkok about 1 hour. The place it look like it's middle of nowhere. So it's like the white pavilion is set up by the history. It's 400 years ago, and Monsieur Le Laloubert is it's an ambassador of France. So he come to Thailand, and then he's talking about in Thailand he try to produce the wine, and then in Thailand he imported the wine from Bordeaux and Shiraz to Thailand. So and then nobody don't know about the history. It's long time. I think the history is to this place that it about when we're talking about the why, it related about the time. What is the time and the why? To produce the why, we have to take time, and like it and make it like the construction, we have to take time. And this project is not situated in the World Heritage Site. It's far from the Heritage Site. The project is situated in the middle of nowhere. So it's along the river. It's the main river of the Thailand. We build the building is small building by the dimension is 11 meter by 11 meter. It's very small. How to use it, the people to spend the time. I make it like a long distance in the small space. It's like it makes it spiral staircase. The 5 spiral staircase, it invite the people to walk up and down and make it like and the small space it becomes to the long distance. We make it like a mezzanine and different level, and the outside is surrounded by the tree. This is an existing tree. We keep it for the place. Yes, this is the project is situated in close to the World Heritage Site, and I think when we stay in Ayutthaya, this is an experience of the living in the 2 different times, the ancient and the present. Another project is close to the White Pavilion is the same owner. After the project with the White Pavilion in the success for the client, so she want to make it another restaurant. The restaurant is different from the White Pavilion because she's thinking about she lives in this village, but this village is she's thinking about the food in the village, and the food in the village is almost disappear also. And another one is very important, the old lady. The old lady in this village is some widow and some single, so it's no one interesting her because she old. It's the elderly people. So it's the project is situated it's among the small village. This is an old lady that is every morning she ride an TV bicycle, go to the temple and to give the food to the monk and share the food and to the neighbor. And this is a lifestyle of every early morning that she go to the temple. About the food and about the old lady, that is very important to us because she is a forgotten thing. She is a common people. I want to make it how to value is a common people. It become to an important people. We set up the name. It's like the grandma, the name of the grandma for the 5 building, and make the place. It's like you try to find the food in the middle of nowhere. This is an authentic food. This is a local food of an Ayutthaya. Some of the food is more than 400 years. That is almost it disappear. Walking in this place, it looks like you walking in try to find the something this and we cannot see. I use the one material with like the glass box. With the glass box in Thailand, we use for the toilet. This is the material that it's a forgotten material that we don't use it for the important building. It's long time ago. And how we use it like the wood that is connected with the glass box. This is the way that how to use it like and dry process to make it like the architecture and the sunlight from the outside to the inside, and make it the light and the feeling from in this dining room and the bar, and make it large window to open because this building is close to the river. It's very good wind can blow in the building. So that's why then I make it the large window and use it like a lighter large window for the open to the everyone to can perceive the wind, the air. At night, the building it become to a lantern that it make it the light for the community. And this project not only about the elderly people, not only about the old lady, but we open to the orphan or the LGBT to make it a Thai performance to a visitor can see. Life is very difficult. The government is not it before. The government it give the salary to the old lady. It equal the only and 3.5 the hamburger per a month. So it's after the project is finished and we launch the project, and so it look like the old lady. She cannot enroll the school. She don't know how to write the letter. So until she old, so she try to write the letter. It means thank you for her for the visit to the restaurant. Make the opportunity for her. And another one is I make not only about the architecture. I make it like I think about the architecture and the art is the same. So we make it like installation in the zoo, and the curator is Yoko Hasegawa, who is select me to be one of the artists to make an installation. We're talking about the capital. The capital not only about the money, but the capital is about an education, environment, and culture. This is the capital in the meaning. So it's he want me to make it something that is related about the environment. So I think about how to combine between the environment and the culture and the environment together. I think it's the rice barn. This is an old rice barn, and to study about the abandoned rice barn, and then it's we analyze it and take the part of the material. It's like the rice barn is made from the all wood. It forms 5 rice barn. It become to the tower. It make it the tower and situated in the zoo. And we study about the animal. And we start from the sketch. This is the sketch that is under the curator. It pick up and they interesting about the idea. And then we make it the plan and mark it the position of the building. And then we start to make it the piece of the wood to understand about how to use the wood with an economic way. And then we make it an unfolded evaluation and make it like the tower, and we use it like the staircase to like the supported the tower. Yes, this is it's at noon because this is a zoo, so many the animal is come to visit it and that tower. Some it's like the reindeer come and go to inside to eat the rice. This is a place it's for the bird. Not only about the ground animal and the sky animal also. And the human, with the young, it can learn about how it can make like the installation. It related about the environment capital. And go to the inside. And from this project, we think about how to utilize the installation. With the one of the example of the co-being, how to like the animal and the human and the environment and can live together. Another one project that is we make me to understand is about the human. And non-human also. And the non-human in this project is talking about an elephant. This is a very big animal in northeastern of Thailand. And this project we ask about what the role does the architecture is play in the protecting the elephant and the Kui people, restoring the forest and building a community economy. My architecture is less the question of how nature and other living species live together. I used the one word in the project is the humanity. The humanity is by showing an empathy for the elephant. This is one of the keywords that we try to make it in this project. The project is situated among the old villages that 400 years ago in this area and close to a national reserve forest. The place that is under Kui people live with the elephant is a long time ago. In the elephant in this village, they are not slaves. We are not the forced labor for the elephant. The elephant is a part of our family. In the project, we comprise with a graveyard of the elephant. When the elephant dies, and the people bring the elephant to go to the graveyard, and we have the elephant temple, and we have the elephant pool, and elephant pathway, and human and elephant house. Over the time, and we have the big problem when the economic growth. So it's the human want the land. They destroy everything, even like it's a national reserve forest. So the elephant and the human have no food, have no water. They have to head to the tourist city to back to the money. During the way, the elephant is sick. Some is die. So this is a big problem. And the local government in Surin province, they want to bring the elephant back to the hometown and make the place to this is a new place of the home of the elephant. I start the drawing with what is the non-human, and I don't know that I start to the elephant Vinci to understand it myself about and how to use the elephant center. Study about the anatomy of the elephant. Study about the scale of the elephant. And study about the characteristics of the elephant and elephant movement. And comparison between the step of the elephant and the human step. Study about and vision of the elephant. And how an elephant is intelligent. And they can smell the water with a long distance. So that's why an elephant is like an umbrella species animal. This is the big animal is for protect and the small animal and the forest and the graveyard. The project is performed under 3 facilities. And make it like the big observation tower and cultural courtyard and the elephant museum. The first building we start from the big observation tower. Make it like the building is a high building. It's not about only the view, but make it like it how to make the landscape from the ground to connect the sky. Invite the people to walk and climbing the staircase to absorb the atmosphere to every level. And the human can take the time to inside. In this area, the climate is very, very hot. So that's why we make the architecture structure. Everything that inside it can ventilation, even like it, the wall, the floor, and the staircase. The wind it can blow. This is and the place it for everyone it can use inside and the outside. The people can enjoy on the top, not only about to seeing the view, but in this place it has strong wind. So that how to make it like why the people are climbing to the top of the view. I want the people to understand and being that Apitong seat, it like the seat, it like the wing like the helicopter. To use and the wind it blow. And this is and the first building and the first tree to growing the forest. In the future, I hope that we cannot see this building. This is and the landscape, not architecture. Another one is and we make it the cultural courtyard because in this village we have a long history. They have an own history, own culture, own traditional. So every year, so it's and we make the space it for the recreation and the cultural event and religious ceremony. The idea is and we start from studying the house. This is very small house, but it extend the house is from the human, and extend for the elephant can live together. It's a very simple gable roof, and this is under elephant house. About the column and about the floating foundation, the one thing that is very interesting, and also about and the building inside and the gable roof, and make it like the place is for the space for the elephant and the space is for the human. We make it the big roof and cut in the middle. It's like and the big hole and the small hole for the ventilation. And let the light from the top to the ground. And look up the sky. And this is the place is for the human. And invite the elephant, it's like the playground to walk around in the area. And make the boundary. It is the boundary between and the theater and the playground that is for safety between the human and the elephant. And make it like the place, it's like and we berm, it's like the theater, it's like the natural theater, it is and the landscape theater. And use the stone it form and that area to cover and to protect the elephant and the human for the safety. And this is and the place is for unscale. The human scale, no, and the elephant scale is no because it's and bigger than the both of the living species scale. And I make it like and the floating foundation. It has to and texture of the concrete. When the elephant itchy, they will clapping the body to and the foundation. This is and the lifestyle of the elephant every day. Yes, this is and we shortage the water, so that's why then we dig the soil and to burn the theater, and we got the boat, we got in the pond for the water. Then elephant can use the water, and the human can got it under landscape architecture. And we got the pond, and elephant is happy to play the water. Another one is the elephant museum. The museum in this area we think about and not only about the building, but everything and everywhere in this village is the museum. So it's under people it can walk and to see it under the house and the museum. The museum it want to express something about and the Kui people and the elephant. The idea is come from the Kui house. The Kui house have no door, so I make the elephant it have no door, and bring the elephant to come to the outside to inside, and to walk it like it's a pathway. This is a former pathway of the elephant. That's why then we make it the building. It like it's separating and use it and the way to connect it to each building together. And the elephant is come to inside and visitor come to inside. And we make the exhibition and to the outside. And the inside the human it can stay and see the outside. It and can see the elephant also. I want the people to see it not about the digital or the multimedia exhibition, but I want the people to come to listen about the life museum. The life museum is come from the real story, from the real people to talking about their life. It's like it's and this uncle, his son was killed by his elephant. I have the conversation, a talk with him, and I asked him, what would you like to do when the elephant is kill your son? And he said that, you don't want me to call the police to catch my elephant to go to the cell? He said that he cannot do, because the elephant is our family. It's my elephant is my son also. So I want to take care of them. And this is the life museum that we want to explain to the visitor to understand about something. When you walk in the pathway, you will bump with the elephant. This is an unexpected moment. Next is the new skyline, because and this area is like it's a gentle slope. It makes it the wall like the gentle slope. And making the briquette, we use it the briquette. The briquette and the one of and that we use in this project because we bring the soil in this area. So it's and we make the briquette. The briquette made by and the local community. And I said that it's and I know that this is and they are not the craftsmen of the briquette. They are unskilled labor. So I said that the first brick is not good. But I believe that 400,000 brick is better. So that's why we're talking about repetition. The repetition is produce the memory. From the memory to be remembered. It's like that how to build and from the unskilled labor become to the craft. Yes. I designed only 50%, and the rest fulfilled by the nature. It's my spirituality. It's about an unskilled labor, rawness, imperfection, mistake, and the surprising. And the architecture, it performs the three functions: preserve the culture, revive the forest, and build a self-sustained community. The project is, and we started from the first day of the construction until the project was finally launched. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the elephant is from the tourist city have no job there. They have to come back to the hometown. So it's this project is like it's the second home for the elephant. The Kui people want to put down the sickle and hold the selfie stick to broadcast their life to the world. respect to each other is very important. From this project, I have learned that sometimes the animal can transform the city. It brings hope and pride to the human. And for it is not only about the architecture, but it's sometimes the luxury. It want to think about, and the elephant and the human and the architecture can combine together. Humanity is not just about the human relationship. We address our humanity through our relationship with other living creatures on the planet. The respect and the contempt we show toward the animal reflect the value of us as a human race. After it, and we worked with the project, and we got invited from Versailles Biennale in France. So during it make the project Elephant World, we try to make the one thing, that is the material. The material is, and we think about, and the elephant dung. That is, an elephant dung is not important. And normally, the people let the elephant dung and everywhere. So it's we think about the elephant dung, and we go back to think about and how to find the food for the elephant. The elephant is one animal that eats the grass and the plant. So they eat a lot, about 150 kilograms per day. So this is the big food that they eat, and they produce the dung. The dung is everywhere. So I go back to rethink about how to use the dung to produce it like the big volume material, and I make it a brick mold, and making by hand, one by one. And the elephant dung brick, and we start with the idea with how to preserve the food. And bring the elephant dung to make it a pavilion, and situated in front of the Louis XIV statue. This is one of, we make it like the pavilion, like we call like the elephant theater. And we set up in a 3 days with a dry process and the elephant pavilion, and we cooperated with the School of the Landscape in the Versailles, make and plant the grass that is elephant it can eat it. It is the place for that we call like it's the place for the animal it can live. We bring it our culture with how to protect the environment. This is a multicolor fabric to cover the tree, and use the fabric in this area to light the curtain. And the opening day, the elephant dung brick is not only about the environment, that they make it like it's our good health. And yes, it's in the Versailles Biennale, we would like to talking about how about it and the people from the global south. I think it's the local material, the know-how and the culture from the Thailand to share to the people in France, especially for the future generation. At that time, we got invited from the Royal Academy of Art to make an art installation inside the exhibition room. So we make it elephant dung brick. This elephant dung brick is different from from the elephant dung pig in Versailles. In Versailles, we produce in Thailand, but in UK, we produce in London by using it like and the student and the young architect in UK to make the elephant dung by use the dung from the Colchester Zoo and show the dung and make the installation and for 6 meters. This dung is different from the recipe, and so it's we think about and the people in UK they can learn how to produce the innovative bio-waste material. Another project, and we make it the Tienale booth in Belgium. In Belgium, the theme is about the space of possibility. From the curator, we think about and what is the space of the possibility in Booth. Booth is the old city, it's the old town, it's the World Heritage Site. So it's the first time that I visited in the Booth, I feeling about the sound of the bell because they have a 3-bell tower in this area, but the bell tower is like a closed building. So I think about and when we make the installation, we want to the open bell tower, invite everyone it can ring the bell. The sound of the city it's like the one of the identity of the place. I used it like the all wood to make the structure, to make it like it's the balcony, to cover it's the main of the tower, and hanging the bell to above it. It makes it the spiral staircase to invite the people to climb on the top. To me, I feel like that Europe is a developing region, a cadre of the scientific advance, thinker, philosopher, and artist. My work it reflected a person who came from an area with a rich natural resources, where the people are kind, humble, and rely on their instinct to surviving in the mindset of the limitation. I hope to give a new perspective that the people in Europe will be able to learn from it. Another one is that we make the project. This is like an art installation project. This is a permanent art installation in the festival we call like the Wonderfoot. The Wonderfoot is in Thailand. We're talking about the sustainability festival. So I talking about the glass. Normally the people thinking about it care about the big tree, but it don't care about it and the small glass. So I think about how to people to awareness about the glass on the field. I make it like the micro landscape. And the idea is come from the pathway. If the money pathway is from the natural or the man-made. And make it like it's an elevated pathway and make to the new route for the people that can walking like an up level between and sustainability and durability by using the steel calculated in the economic way. We don't want to make the waste in this land. So it's use it like deform bar. It's a steel bar to comply it become to a lighter pathway and make it like at the theater. It's like it's the performing art. It's like it's the work and we want to make it the project. It's for the people to understand about another way of the sustainability. Another project is the same size. this is and it's a big building, and the client is want me to make something it replace that with the old pavilion that is collapsing in 3 years ago. So it's the former building is made by the bamboo. So this area is designed and flat way. This is the waterway. So it's he want me to think about how to use it like the building, how to make it the building. It like it and combine with and waterway. So I decided to make the roof. It's like a cable roof. It's like a triangle shape, and make the roof with ventilation. For the ventilation for not only the air and the sound also, and make it like the multi-purpose and in this area and the bar, and use that very simple structure and long span. And this area is like it and the gateway. If you see like it and the green area, this is and the quarry. This is and when the water comes, they will falling down to the quarry. It like it and it below to the ground. And another one is we make the open kitchen and make it like and use it and recycle wood. It form a tobacco factory. And we don't use this wood it long time ago, so we want to bring this wood back to make it the kitchen. For everyone it can use the place and make it the lock door to open to and the wind can blow to four sides. After that is we make it an elephant dunk big in many ways, and this way we make it elephant dunk big is for the furniture. This is an elephant dunk big for Christian Dior, and the Christian Dior want me to make it something that is related about sustainability. This is luxury fashion, but they want to how to the fashion is related about the sustainability. So I start with the elephant and go back to the elephant village again to understand and use it like the body print to make it a new furniture. And make the garden. And the garden is related to the outdoor furniture and send the master to the people who come to the Christian Dior house. When talking about an elephant and animal, it can related about the Christian Dior garden. And another one is we spend a long time to make it our house. This is the house that is we make for our family and my studio in this house also. So we start with to make it like it's a very small house, and normally it's the house we interesting about with the front, but in our house we are very good neighbor, very good view from the back. That's why we open the house to the back. It set up it the setback it the house is not attached to the fence of our neighbor, and to make the space and related about it and the garden of our neighbor. This is that's why we call the back of the house. We using the brick. We thinking about the brick, not only about the brick, but we thinking about the mortar, and we thinking about how to use it the mortar, because we produce the brick. This brick we use it we want to reduce cement So we want to bring the fine art, and that we got from a coal power plant station. This is the waste material from the coal power plant station in Thailand. So we mix with the cement to make it lighter and stronger. So if the house is, we can make the space to in the middle. We can connect it with everyone, with every floor to connect together. And open the large window and utilize it and extrude the mortar to adjust it. Because it's big, it's not stable because it's made by hand. So it we use the mortar. It's for the flexible. And our lifestyle is in the back. And this is my very small studio with 3 staff. And yes, and going how that how long that how many years that we go to the University of Pennsylvania, and in 1994 that I was accepted to study in this school, but unfortunately our country have the crisis economic. They got the every scholarship from the government scholarship to study on the board, and that is okay. So that's why I never study on the board. So this is I keep this letter. It's long time ago, and I think you are very lucky to study in this school. And sometimes it's one people is spend 30 years to travel to here, and yes, it is very difficult. And yes, this is the first question is who I am, and the question that is what is the non-human center. The question is what is the empathy. The empathy for the animal, the empathy for the old lady, and what is the everything that how we live with. The question is long time. I don't know. It's right now. I just know that from my work that I still the human. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah.
Stand up. Raise your hand.
ใช่อยู่ทางซ้ายผมเห็นไหม
Do you bake the bricks with the elephant dung? You bake them?
พี่จบเบคไอ้ elephant ดังหรือเปล่าหรือว่าใช่แอร์ดัง
No, it's the brick is not the brick is not fine, not bad. We use only the air dry.
I'm a landscape architect, so I'm very curious about central cities, non-human centered. So how do you think about our relationship with other species? I really appreciate what you did in your programs with elephants, the interactions that you do, a very solid studies about elephants. And at the end of your speech, you say, I am a human. So do you think that you are ecocentrism, or do you think that nature should be centered, or is there any answers of your philosophy thinking about our relationship with nature, non-human species? Thank Thank you.
คือเหมือนน้องคนนี้เขาบอกเขาเรียนไอ้แลนด์สเคปแล้วก็สนใจไอ้เรื่องฮิวแมนเซนเตอร์แต่ว่าตอนจบของพี่จบก็พูดว่า I am a human ทีเนี้ยก็เขาก็เลยอยากมันอาจจะเหมือนคล้ายๆเนี่ยกันว่าแล้วก็อยากให้อธิบายเกี่ยวกับความเกี่ยวพันกับสปีชีส์
Yes, thank you. And the non-human center that I talking about, and the last one I talking about, I am the human. You know why? Because if you were the human, the real human, I mean the real human, the one thing that if the real human have empathy. So if you have the empathy, you are the human. And the human have the empathy is for the other living species. So you empathy for the old lady. You empathy for the animal also. So it is, and this is, and that's why that we cannot change the from our human it become to non-human, but we still become the human. But my talking about with life, and we always think about the human center. At the human center, we think about everything. You try to we talking about our convenient, our comfortable, our everything that we make it the human can advance, moving forward, and go everything to the very, very, very high technology. So I think about the non-human center is the one of the example to teach the human to awareness about the environment. If the animal it can live it, the environment it can grow up. This is that's why the Elephant World project that we talking about and the elephant that we start from the elephant. Right.
Thank you. So one more question. Because I think elephants is kind of like the keystone species or the treasures of Thailand. How do you think about other species?
เหมือนว่าแบบถ้านอกจากช้างแล้ว
What
พี่จบ
should we do as an architect?
ถ้านอกจากช้างคือเมืองไทยมันเป็นเรื่องของช้างแต่แบบว่าที่อื่นมันควรจะเป็นอะไร
I think it's for the other places. It's my question. It's about, do you think it when you make it landscape, you make the landscape in the city? Do you think it's like you make it a green city, green in the city? The green city is not only about the tree, not only about the plant, but the animal also. It's to me, if you make the green city in the landscape meaning, how you can prove it that your city is a green city? How? If you make the green city without the insect, without the bird, without the animal, only human and the tree, no. This is it's to me, I think it's about this is the animal it can prove that you and your project is the real green city, real sustainability or not. Even like you make it the policy for and the city, like the capital is make a city or something. So it's the green city is 50%. Even like you make it more space, you make it like the park, you make it a big park, but no one can live it. Even like the animal they can live it. You study about the landscape, you study about the plant, how the plant can grow, not about the fertilizer. The plant can grow with the air. The plant can expand by the insect, the bird, the animal. We can connect it together.
Thank you for a very thought-provoking talk and for the report. You happen to be standing in a place where Louis Kahn once had a conversation with brick. And it seemed to suggest that he thought bricks can be something that can provoke empathy to architecture, or to provoke empathy through architecture. So my question is your use of brick aimed to provoke such an empathy? Maybe through the dimensions, maybe through the labor that's involved, maybe through the way you are relating them to the local environment. Thank you.
คือเหมือนว่าแกเหมือนพี่จบอยู่ในสถานที่ของเลยคานซึ่งเลยคานก็ใช้อิฐในการแบบสอนเรื่องเอมพัตตีอะไรเงี้ยแล้วแบบสำหรับเขาก็รู้สึกว่าเอมพัตตีของอิฐพี่จบมันก็ช่วยกับคนอะไรก็อยากให้จะช่วยอธิบายอิฐของพี่จบคือ
Yeah. My brick is about the political. I live in the third world, from the developing country. Making the brick is not only about sustainability, but it's about the political. It's about the economic. Because it's like the Elephant World project. You know, like and everyone know in Thailand, when we work with the local government, we have something it's like related about the under table money, corruption. I use the brick because this is the raw material you can find in that area, very cheap. And produce the brick, we use the labor cost. Where is the labor cost? The people live around there. So that's why we want to return more than 90% to the labor cost to the people who live around there. It means like I want to return the tax. The tax, the money is to the people who have the job opportunity. They become to like the craftsman. So this is one of it that is my thinking, and this is my hidden agenda that I cannot tell anyone because this is unsafety to me. But the project is finished. That is okay. I think that I want to say about it. My brick is related about the Louis Kahn brick, but this is maybe it's different time, but the same goal. Yeah.
Hi, thank you so much for coming here. I enjoyed your lecture a lot, and I'm really happy that you use your like local natural resources.
I cannot hear.
Your own culture
Yeah.
and spaces. Can you
Can you
Oh, yeah.
hear me? I'm really happy that you use your natural resources and natural culture to build up a very wholesome design concept system of your own, and wish that the Westerns could learn from it. Because I'm really happy about it because on Tuesday, during the history and theory lecture of our class, the professor mentioned last century during modernization, the Asians and Africans, we are only able to echo with the Westerns without having our own values. Like we learn from their designs, but we don't own the design ourselves. So I'm really happy to see that this is finally over, like in my own eyes. And one question I'm very curious about is, you mentioned that you design 50% of your work and the other 50% is designed by nature. So I assume that the elephants maybe also took part in that other 50% of your design. But you also mentioned that elephants and us humans, we share different laws, societies, and value systems. So we can't really understand how elephants think. Therefore, I wonder if there are any surprising gestures that elephants have performed during their design part of the work.
คือเหมือนกับว่าเขาก็บอกว่าเขาอยากให้อธิบายเรื่องแบบ50% design เพิ่มแล้วเขาก็เหมือนแอบสูงว่าช้างน่าจะเป็นอีก50%หรือเปล่าแล้วก็เขาก็อยากจะให้คือเหมือนกับเขาไม่ได้เข้าใจความคิดช้างเขาก็เลยอยากรู้ว่าแบบมันมีอะไรที่เซอร์ไพรส์หรือเปล่าอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yes, and when we talking about an elephant, in Thailand we have the two kinds of the elephant. One, the first kind, the elephant live in the forest. Another kind is a domestic. We call the domestic elephant. The human and the elephant live together. The human take care. So we don't count it the elephant in the zoo. So it's this is under two kinds in Thailand. So it's in Thailand, as you know that we have too many and natural reserve forests. But it's a big problem because when the human come to set up the housing estate close to the natural reserve forest. The big problem because the elephant live in the forest. This is an elephant want to find food. When it's under human estate, the housing estate set up, they destroy the forest. So it's the elephant it have no choice. They have to go to find the food in outside, not outside. In fact, it's inside the forest. So it's that's why then we have the big problem. Elephant destroy the house, but in fact, this is the place of the elephant. It's not the place for the human. This is very joking for and when it's the owner of the project estate complain the elephant in the forest. So this is a big problem. When the human angry, what the problem? He angry because the elephant is destroy the fence, the house every day. So the human is very angry. So that's why then and we have the big problem with the elephant. Sometimes it's a big issue. And how about the domestic elephant? We leave the elephant with the family, as I said. We respect the elephant with like the God. So that's why when you cannot see the Thai people eat the elephant. No, we don't eat it. Because the elephant is our culture. It's representative of the culture. It's representative of the many the symbol that we respect in the organization. Even like the former flag, we use the elephant is for our former flag to use it long time. So the elephant is not only about the animal, and it's about traditional culture and our life. And the elephant it become to the symbol of the nature. So when the human and elephant live together, how to live together, you have to understand. As I said that we have to respect to each other. If you respect the elephant will understand. But the one thing that we never forget that elephant is the biggest animal. So it's the biggest animal. They don't know how to play. When they play, it's like they use the trunk. Even like it and it softly knocked it. It's like it's a human. It hit it. This is very dangerous. That's why it's the village that we have to protect it. When you and the visitor come or want to see the elephant, you have to mahau. Why we have to mahau? how it takes care for the safety. Safety for the elephant and safety for the visitor also. This is not about the show. I don't support anything about the show. Elephant play football. Riding elephant, I don't support it. So that's why and I said that I want to make it a project that is how to inequality is very important for even like the animal. So I think and about 50% decided that yes, this is an elephant. It's not only the part, but it's the whole, because it's the main. And the 50% design is just like the idea is just make only the half. When you understand it's about the nature, when you understand about the environment, you understand about the economic, you understand about the community. We just make it like a little bit. It's not much. And the people ask me, Boonserm, what is the next step after your 50% design? I said that, yes, I try to reduce it. 25% design in the future. I will try to do. Not much. Design a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. That's why the new project, I don't build anything. I just bring the old one to become to the new. It's like the same, like and who is then talking about it. It is very important because it's from more than 30 years ago, from my life. I build too much. So I want to reduce to build less and to understand about how to transform. So that's why I'm interested about the transform. It's like the bird tower with the transform. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for coming here. I really appreciate your work for the elephants. And I want to ask, all of us can learn knowledge about the biological structure of the elephant. But as a local citizen of Thailand, right, you live among elephants, and I want to ask, how do you connect with them as a human being and one creature to another, rather than just a kind of knowledge system? How do you feel the animals' needs to create a structure fit for them? What is your feeling or like ideology behind this?
คือเหมือนประมาณว่าพี่จบcreate พวก structure เกี่ยวกับช้างได้ยังไงแล้วก็แบบว่ารู้สึกยังไงอะไรเงี้ยทำไมถึงทำ architecture เข้าใจช้าง
At first, for created the architecture for the elephant. At first, I understand about the elephant first. It's like when you decide for the human, you have to understand about the human first. And we try to understand about the elephant. Yes, the elephant cannot talk with me. He cannot feel, and the answer to me is about like the questionnaire, they cannot it. So that's why we use only sense, the sensation to observe it, to understand about them, and then yes, this is we think about it. Every place we have the problem. It's like an elephant world project have a big problem. The problem is an environment. So that's why we make it the elephant home. We build the environment first. And then if the environment is better, maybe the elephant it can live in the forest. Because it's like now, with the sum of the day, the Kui people let the elephant in the forest also, when the forest is grown up, it's completed. So we think about it's like when we make the elephant, we cannot control because the elephant is like as I said, that is a big animal. But we can use to understand about the animal, and then you make the architecture. It's like it's the nature. That's why then we utilize the place. It's related about the history. It's like it's a museum. It's like the tower. So make it a tower. You want to plant the forest and make it an cultural courtyard. It want to make the pond and how to bring the soil to make the brick, to make it the theater. So it's a very easy way to make it, because we have the limited budget. From all the money it come from the people, from the tax. So I have to use then every Thai baht, every Thai money to return to the community. This is the only way that I think.
Sorry, I don't have an elephant-based question. The projects that you showed, there's quite a beautiful suggestion where you elevate the human off the ground, whether it's the treadle stairs or the ramps that go up to the observation. Is there a kind of political position you have about separating us from ground?
คือเขาบอกว่าเขาเห็นในโปรเจกต์อย่างเช่นเดอะวอลหรือว่าพวกทาวเวอร์เขาก็เลยบอกว่าที่พี่โจคนยกขึ้นไปเขาบอกว่ามีพี่โจคิดยังไงแบบถึงทำแบบให้คนเหนือพื้นดิน
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. I think about it, and the project is very small. How to make it a long distance in a limited space. It's like in this room, and maybe we can discuss about how to make it a long distance to it's a small room. Make a distance about 2 kilometers in the small room. And why? We want the people to spend the time. If you spend the time, they will understand. Making the architecture, we cannot perceive in the 12 seconds or in the 2 minutes in the small space. But how to people to understand about the atmosphere. When you get the atmosphere, you will have the feeling. When you have the feeling, you will have the emotion. When you have the emotion, you will have the memory. When you go out, go back home, you will memory. If you are walking, that's why the walk in Wonderfruit or it's a spiral staircase in the Wild Pavilion. I make it like the small space, like it and the common space. But the small space, it become to a place that people remember.
Thank you.
Thank you.